Mornings. It is 8:14, and today through next week, the River Run International Film Festival is bringing indie filmmakers right here to the Triad. And today we are joined by one of those filmmakers, the Slam Dance winning director for his feature documentary, Disposable Humanity, Cameron Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, early on a Sunday.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. You know, we just got off of our European premiere in Vienna, so to go from that to North Carolina, Winston-Salem, it's been a whirlwind, and then we're on to New York next after this for Real Abilities NYC. So
that's awesome. So you guys are all over. So just tell us a little bit about Disposable Humanity.
Yeah, so Disposable Humanity is the first documentary feature film to reveal that the Nazi Aktion T4 program targeted disabled people, and it's told from the perspective of people with disabilities. My family and myself, we go to these memorials that, when we first arrive, they're not accessible. And, in the 90s when we first go, we're told by the memorial director there's no elevator, imagine being told you can't have access to a place where people like you were killed, and these very powerful memorials that you don't have access to. So the film deals with history and memory, and how we've arrived now without this context of eugenics in Nazi Germany, right? How the Holocaust actually happened. Have you ever thought about the question, where did the gas chamber come from? No one really ever asked that. It came from the T4 program. This is how they arrive at the final solution. And so this film really is investigating that curiosity of how we've arrived in the present day without that context, without that understanding.
Yeah, and I didn't even know about the program. This is something, a part of history that we just learned from watching the trailer.
And piggybacking off of that, just being in those spaces that were untouched before, just want to ask your feelings and thoughts on that, exploring a new era or a new area that people have not known, and also you didn't know either. Just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, imagine, my folks are professors of disability studies. And they hadn't heard about this. When we were in Germany and they were presenting on American eugenics, the history of American eugenics, and somebody in the audience got up and said, that they did this, around the corner. And so they made a short film and filmed us arriving there. I'm 9 years old. You see little me there. And we as a family kind of approached this site. And it's really what the film is about, actually, is the impact of seeing these spaces. To my knowledge, it's the first film where we've went to all 6 T4 memorials. They're scattered throughout Germany and Austria, and north, south. It was really everywhere. And so it's the first feature film to put all those together and to create that experience of what it would be like, maybe for someone who might not be able to get to all these spaces, or if you're not able to go to Germany, and to bring that history home.
I was just about to say that, bring history home. We could talk to you all day. You're so knowledgeable. Yeah. But finally, what we have time for, why River Run? What about that film festival stood out to you, thought it would be a good fit?
Well, so we're guests here of the Limitless program, which is a fantastic program that's been jump-started here by Michael Morin, the director. And we're very honored to be a special feature presentation of that program. It's for people with disabilities, films by and about disability. And it feels right. We had our world premiere at Slam Dance in Los Angeles, and we won their Unstoppable Audience Award, 2 sold-out screenings. It feels great when you get to show the film with and for the community that you made it about.
Right.
Well, thank you so much just for being here with us and sharing a piece of this history with us today. That gives you guys also some time to make sure you catch it. Again, if you want to check out Disposable Humanity, it'll play at the Hans Brands Theater at 7:30 this evening in Winston-Salem. Also, there's another showing on Monday afternoon. You can find more information on Disposable Humanity and other films of the River Run International Film Festival on their website. We'll be right back.